So hello my lovelies, today I'm coming at you guys with a different video. This is going to be how I started on my spiritual journey. This question has somewhat been asked a couple of times, but I was kind of weary of doing content like this for a while because spirituality and religion kind of, sometimes can create energy that I didn't want to deal with at that time. However, at this point in my life, I'm definitely ready to start sharing my spirituality with you guys a lot more and, basically just answering any questions that people have when it comes to that. For my own mental health, if there's any negative comments that's going to be added to this video about religion, not believing in God, etc., etc., I will block you. And I'm only going to do that because I'm actually not used to getting that type of negativity on my channel, and I'm not about to start now. So if I see anything like that, I will block you and remove the comment, because this is a safe space and this is not saying anyone's views or opinions are better than the next person's. This is just simply my lifestyle and my decisions, and God is real, okay? Before I get started, I have some cellulite right here. This is a crystal that has a very high vibration. It's very great at blocking negative energy. So I have this in my meditation room, which we are in, which is also recording room. So I have cellulite upstairs and downstairs. So I'll be speaking today with this on my legs so that I could get the vibrations of the cellulite. I will also be speaking with my smoky quartz and my amethyst. They won't be on their chakras per se, but I will also have them on my lap as well, just to help me right now with this video. Amethyst is great because it helps you align with your third eye abilities. It's also a crown chakra stone. It helps with healing and blockages, and it keeps you tranquil. So to keep me calm in this video, I'll be using this one. Lastly, smoky quartz is a root chakra, and also use it sometimes on my third eye chakra, but it also helps with grounding and balancing out your energy, and it also allows you to connect your body back to nature. Yeah, this is another healing stone. So I have all of these right now on my lap. Let me burn some Palo Santo for myself. I love the smell of Palo Santo, by the way, and Palo Santo is amazing. It's another great smudge. It attracts positive energy and it has actually so many other benefits other than that. It's a beautiful wood and it's used for many things, but for right now, we're just using it to continue to attract positive energy and to allow my words to be able to flow the way that I want them to flow for this video. I started my spiritual journey technically the end of 2014. It was December 2014 and I was involved in a major car accident, and at the time I had just paid off my car. I think I had paid it off like 3 months prior, or like 3.5 months prior to the car accident. I had just started my first corporate job right after college. It seemed like things were kind of like in place already for me. Like I was doing the adult thing that I needed to be doing after college. I had just started looking for apartments, a new place in LA, and I was very much feeling like a whole adult. Now, at the time, I had been working at my corporate job for, I think, a little less than 6 months, so maybe like 5 months or so. I hated the job. I absolutely hated it, but people made it better because I interacted with a lot of people and a lot of people knew me and there was regulars, etc. After a while at that job, I just kind of started gaining weight. And by gaining weight, I mean I was going up sizes. I think I went up 2 sizes in that short time span. I just didn't really feel content with what I was doing at the time, and I didn't like the job because I dealt with some really nasty people. They were just not the business to work for. And then on top of that, I would go into work at 7:30, and sometimes I wouldn't leave till 7:30 or 8 that night. So I wasn't eating right. I didn't have time to work out. I didn't really have time just for myself at all. So then December 2014 comes and I'm driving to work in the morning, and then I'm involved in a major car accident. I won't get into the details of the actual car accident, but when my car was in the tow yard or whatever, wherever they bring totaled cars or whatever, the guy was like, your damage was so bad, like your car was meant to blow up. Like it's a blessing that you're alive. Like something on that level. Like car was supposed to blow up. I was also stuck in my car. I couldn't get out. So a guy actually got me out of my car because my door was jammed in. And yeah, just, you know, being injured and like still walking away, but like looking at this car that it's like, dang, like, I just paid this off. I've been paying this off since college, but like it's gone now, you know, like something just shifted for me. It was between what he said and just the overall situation. Of course, at the time, I wasn't able to work. Now, at that time, I had 3 jobs, guys. I had 1 corporate, 1 part-time, and then I was doing social media for this other company. Linda had no time for herself. The weekends, nothing, right? Obviously, after this car accident and hearing this man say that and me being alive and still like, you know, being able to walk for the most part, my whole perception of life kind of changed. Now, I was never super pessimistic, but I wasn't super optimistic either. I kind of fell somewhere in between. After that accident, it was like something just clicked for me because in the present moment at the time, I was like, I just got to get back to working again. I just signed a lease for a new place. Like I had to find a new place. Like I need a new car now. It was just like all these things. I have to get back to work. However, I was in so much pain. I was going to treatment and just trying to fake the funk. So I went in one day, and I was not supposed to. I did not get clearance from my doctor. I went in that one day and they were like, why are you even here? And I was like, oh, like I just got to get back to work. I kid you not. The very next day, I was in a car accident. And I was like, how? I had just bought a new car and now I'm involved in another car accident. And the ironic thing is I was leaving physical therapy. So I went back to work, went to physical therapy, and then boom, car accident. So now I'm like, what is the universe trying to tell me? Like, what is happening? As you can imagine, I was then injured a little bit more. I pretty much couldn't work at that point. Then I began, I guess, starting to figure out how I was going to move forward because I now have this new car that has a car note. I now have a brand new apartment that I have to pay for and just all types of things. So after a while, I guess my mind just kept changing with everything. It was kind of just like, all right, here I am. I'm not stuck. I just got all these brand new things passed to me in this time that it seems like I shouldn't even be able to afford any of these things, let alone be able to do it with no real income, you know? When I say, I just said, you know what? Whatever the universe is trying to do, I get it. Like, you don't want me to work. Clearly working at that company, you don't want me there. You did everything to stop me and I was stubborn and then you did the same thing to stop me. Then I ended up getting something that would help me cover my rent for like, I think it was like 10 months or something crazy like that where it was just like, wait, huh? Like where did this even come from? Like how did this happen? How did I do this when I was just wondering how I was about to live pretty much? So I spent the bulk of my time kind of just saying, wow, like when you believe in the universe, it ends up providing for you. And even though some may have looked at my situation and said, damn, like that sucks. Like, girl, you didn't lost all this money. You didn't did XYZ. You can't work, blah, blah, blah. It was God literally stopping me in my tracks and saying, you're not on the right path. This is not where I see you. This is not where I want you to be. I was eating unhealthy. I used to drink back then and I wasn't an alcoholic, but let me tell you, if I had the time to go out, your girl was drinking, okay? You know, I was just living a different lifestyle than what I live today. All in all, my 2 car accidents is what really started my spirituality. I grew up in a spiritual home. However, I didn't grow up per se as like this rainbows and positive energy person per se. I knew growing up that energy very much so existed. There was a negative and a positive, and things like that were taught to me. However, sometimes our parents teach us stuff, but they don't exactly follow everything that they teach us. So it was one of those type of scenarios. My parents are great. It's not that at all. It's just there's a lot of steps that I've taken since my car accident that has truly, in my mind, allowed me to progress, like, on a spiritual level. When that happened and I was able to pay my bills, I was able to start walking again. That was the other thing. I was like not able to walk like more than like a quarter mile without being flustered and in so much pain. And then I finally said, no, I have to get my health back together. Like, I'm gaining even more weight because I was sedentary, because that was what the doctor wanted me to do. And then it was just like, no, I could do this. I could help myself. And I started going to Runyon. I went every day. And let me tell you, you see the same people every day at the same time. And like after a while, you start realizing that and acknowledging that. What turned into just starting on day one ended up turning into something that, like, still to this day, fitness is very much so important and a part of my daily routine, because health is wealth. The accident not only started my fitness journey, but it also started pushing me towards how I ate. So now, get into maybe a month of working out, I'm starting to look at my diet a lot differently. And not that I was the most terrible eater. I grew up eating salads and all those healthy things as well. And being Jamaican, our diets aren't super unhealthy. However, I was still eating, you know, some fast food or whatever, or, you know, a frozen pizza every now and then, you know, choices like that, or processed foods. First, I gave up chicken. I remember I was making curry chicken and I had made it and I just ate some of it. And I was like, why am I eating this chicken? I don't even want this. I don't want it at all. From that day, I stopped eating meat. I didn't eat anything. I didn't eat chicken, beef, nothing. And then I went to pescatarian for a short time, did that. And then I just one day said, I'm gonna go vegan. Now, once I was vegan, I did that for a couple of years. And then after a while, I said, I'm gonna go alkaline vegan, because if you know anything about being alkaline, our bodies are supposed to naturally be at an alkaline state. So I felt like if I was eating right, it would connect me even deeper to the spirituality and to the divine. Boom. Accident helped me now with my weight, my stability, my diet. Then the next thing is I just started getting into manifestation. I started saying, like, the things that I want, I'm gonna have. So say I manifested, like, for instance, this place. I manifested a home that was all white. I literally got that in the same year. Like, when I found this place, it was the very last place that I looked at, and I was like, everything that's in this place is what I manifested. So manifestation in 2015 had became so important to me. So then my beliefs for the universe and what God has intended for you just became so powerful to me. And then I wanted to just work on myself so that I wasn't putting out any negative energy that I didn't have to. Now, I'm a work in progress, and in no way am I perfect, but I make it a point that if I don't have anything nice to say to anyone, I don't need to respond, because I need to protect my energy. This is my bubble, and I don't have to have nobody pop it. When I walk out the door, I choose to give positive energy, because you never know what somebody else is going through. So me walking out and saying, I'm gonna be a nice person today, may end up helping somebody that needed me to help them. What spirituality is to me is it's being outside of a box. I know there's a picture that I seen one time to represent spirituality and religion, and spirituality was a fish in a sea, and religion was a fish tank with a fish. Now, I'm not knocking religion at all. Definitely believe what you believe. I respect everybody's opinions and beliefs. However, for me, spirituality allows you to be open to things that you're not necessarily sure of per se, but you know that there's a higher being, you know that there's energy, you know that everything that goes up must come down. You know that everything is in cycles. For me, spirituality is bigger. It's a broader range of thinking, and it allows you to follow your divine purpose. Now, that's my take on what spirituality is, but it allows you to continue to elevate until you're closer and closer to the creator again. Now, that's a whole separate spiel that I have on how I believe we're here as human beings. But if you're interested in a video like that, leave a comment below. But we have a choice. Every life vessel that we get, we have a choice to choose whatever path we have. Now, I feel that sometimes when we get off our path, God does certain things to steer us back in the right way. However, we do have free will. That's what I believe. And I believe that we can make the choice if we want to be good or if we want to be bad. We can make the choice if we want to give positivity or if we want to give negativity. So to me, spirituality is being okay with being a part of the unknown universe. That makes sense. Being okay knowing that we're just a fraction of whatever is outside of Earth, outside of the galaxy that we know. Spirituality is realms. It's being open to the fact that we may not be the only living life forms like this. Spirituality allows you to connect with yourself, but also connect with nature, because we're all one and we all contribute to each other in some way on this earth. Yeah, I just want to spread positivity and just help people find their true purpose and help them find their true passion, because I also believe your spirituality allows you to connect with that. It allows you to figure out what your life purpose was on this earth, because we all have a life purpose. And it could be something as simple as you were meant to sing for whoever, because that would inspire them to then paint. And that painting will then inspire someone to teach. And, you know, we all fall into like a butterfly effect, if that makes sense. Honestly, my car accident was the biggest blessing in disguise. I've actually been self-employed ever since that car accident. And I can't imagine where or what life would be like if I was still content and complacent with where I was then. So I feel like spirituality is also about knowing and following your intuition when it tells you that something is no longer for you. Another thing that I wanted to touch on was spirituality allows you to know that it's okay to give it to the universe. My sister actually sent me a voice note just a while ago, and that's why I'm adding this to the video. But she basically said, thank you for the advice of telling me a year ago that, like, if you give it to the universe, everything else falls into place. I basically told her there's no need to stress. There's no need to stress anything. Why stress? Because at the end of the day, if you have faith, then you don't have fear. And I live my life that way because I live my life with purpose, and I'm not scared or fearful to try something new or to go somewhere new, because I know that with every step that I take, I'm guided and I'm protected, and I allow the universe to use me as a vessel for whatever it needs to use me for. But I also am living my life in a way that I want to just project as much great energy as I can, even if I can't do it on a one-on-one basis. So I feel like that's my goal, or my goal is to make sure that when I need time for myself, because we're all gonna have up days and we're all gonna have down days. Every day is not perfect on this spiritual journey. It's not like I'm this abundant rainbow of energy all the time that just wants to smile and make you laugh. However, I do understand that when I need to take time for myself, and whether that be secluding other energies or friends from my life at that moment, I'm okay to do so, because I know that in order for me to be happy, my cup needs to be full before I can give to anybody else's cup. And to me, that's also a part of your spiritual journey, knowing that your healing and your mental health and your cup is just as important as everything else that you somehow find to be more important than you. It's like my spirituality teaches me that I have to take care of myself first in order to help take care of others, but also to be okay with the fact that every day is not going to be 100% for me. But the most important thing is I get back up the next day or that night or whatever, and I get back to trusting that everything that's happening in my life is for a reason, and that as long as I'm living right and doing right by people, that I am on the right path, because I'm listening to my intuition, even if it tells me crazy things. I'm I'm listening to it and trusting it, even if I don't know how I'm going to do what my intuition is telling me to do. Even when it came to this move, like, it was very abrupt for me when I moved to this place, but my intuition had kept telling me, it's time to go, it's time to go. And I had pushed it off 1 year. I had literally gave my 30 days and everything in actually the same month, which is ironic. And that did not happen on purpose at all. But I kept prolonging it because I was like, well, what's happening next? Like, I'm comfortable here. I know I can pay my rent here. I know my friends are there, and I know all these things. But my intuition just kept saying, boom, like, you gotta leave, you gotta move, you gotta move. When I found this place, I had been looking for 2 months. Like, it wasn't something that just fell upon my lap. But when I found it, I was like, wow, like, the universe is so powerful. The things that you say that you want is truly what you get. So basically, you have to realize that your words are spells in a sense. It's called spelling. So your words are spells, and the things that we say aloud will happen. So if you continue to have a negative outlook on life, or you continue to say negative things about yourself or the people around you, you're going to keep attracting that energy. Now, if you start saying positive affirmations and positive things or positive people that you want a part of your life, you will attract those things, because the energy that we put out is the energy that we receive. Whew, I know this was long-winded, but I really hope that I answered everything about spirituality. I know this is kind of broad, and I can go so much deeper into spirituality and my beliefs, and my beliefs in crystal healing, my beliefs in sound healing, and all of these things. However, I didn't want this video to be long. It was just simply on how I started my spiritual journey and a broad way of saying what spirituality means to me. I do want to share more spiritual content with you guys. I think I'm going to record my crystal collection video. If you have any other requests that you want to see, definitely leave a comment below. But yeah, I hope this video helps and maybe inspires someone, or something like that. I hope it triggers something for you. Now my friends call me overly optimistic, and to be honest, I'll take it because I'd rather be optimistic and ready to try anything rather than sitting in a pessimistic view and being so scared just to leave my front doors. All of these things have allowed me to be able to travel more, to explore more, because I'm trusting in the universe. I'm trusting in God. I'm trusted in the divine. I'm trusted in woman, whoever you like, or whatever you like to refer to your creator as. But again, I love you all, and that doesn't change, and your spirituality, your religion doesn't change how I see you guys. I appreciate and love all of you guys who continue to support me and watch me. And honestly, I just wanted to share a little bit more about myself and the things that I believe, because I definitely want to start sharing more content like this with you guys. And not just spirituality, but just your overall health in general. More flexibility videos, more positive energy videos, more food videos. Yeah, I'm excited. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you want to keep up with me, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at iamLindaElaine, Snapchat at YourMexicanBeauty, and I'll see you later. This is